Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sports Line at Duke's Rib House and Grill, 1910 Cochran Road, 15220. It's easy to find. Smoking Jim invited people. They didn't know it was this easy to get here, I think from Penn Hills even. So Zach Brenner makes it all the time. He's early, too. And what's he from? Munhall or Homestead? He's in between there. He can't decide. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. This is Smoking Jim Frazier. I want to thank everybody for, we set a new record, 4,136 likes. So thank you to everybody that's liked us. They know my rule is, if you like us first, I'll like your pages within reason. I was just talking to one of our guests, said I'll like the pages. But Smoking Jim will like any page and anything that you put out there and post to him. Because 90% of the time, he doesn't even see it. He doesn't even see Pittsburgh Sports Line. Wait, let me give you a card. In case you forget. Now, our show is broadcast for anybody that hasn't been here before on Verizon 32 everywhere in the Pittsburgh area. We're only on Comcast 7 in Bethel Park, and that's just how they set it up. If you have Comcast anywhere but Bethel Park, you can't watch us on Comcast. All of our shows are on YouTube. Every one of our 280 plus shows are on YouTube. You can check it out or ask me for a link. I'll give you the link to BPTV and all our shows. We have a lot of great guests here. Thanks for coming out when a little bit of snow come out. We got friends and fans here, so it's appreciated when you come here to support Duke's Rib House and Grill. Smoking Jim will tell you what he ate 2 weeks ago, but there's all kind of good food, and I like their wings, and they got great sandwiches, so check it out. We always start with what's on our mind, and we're going to do that right now. Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the Talking Machine, and if you want the green,
Hold it, buddy.
you got to see Levine.
Oh, thanks.
I like to start off each and every show by thanking Kelly and the owner Reddy for having us back here once again. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago I had the best ribs I ever had in my life. Big hand for international master photographer Bill Boyce and his beautiful models in the house. There's no shortage of stupidity in the National Football League, and that'll be proven again on draft day. This year, the first player taken in the NFL will probably be Florida State's quarterback, Jameis Winston. Depending on his height, Jameis Winston's height fluctuates between 6'6" and 5'6", depending on which convenience store he's coming out of. Last year, Jameis Winston had 7 different incidents. Jameis Winston must be a LeBron James or Miami Heat fan. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 different police reports. Listen, I got a tip for everybody. Call the Florida State football boosters if you absolutely positively got to beat the rap. There's no shortage of stupidity in the National Football League. Before the 2014 draft, Johnny Manziel was going from city to city partying. Now he's the richest man in the Betty Ford Clinic. There's no shortage of stupidity in the National Football League. Warren Sapp got in an argument in the lobby of a hotel with a prostitute about how much more money he owes her. Now he got arrested. He got fired by the NFL Network. There's no shortage of stupidity in the National Football League. If you look up the word stupid in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of the last play by the Seattle Seahawks.
Thanks, Smoking Jim. That was quite an opening there. Hey, I have this dictionary that the Funkin' Wagnalls I always talk about, and there's no pictures in this. This is from like 1903. Zach's mom got us, so thanks, Lois. I appreciate it. This seems to come in handy every time Smoking Jim brings out a new word. guess I better get to what's on my mind. Well, before I get to that, I want to tell everybody that's here, if you haven't been here before, hey, Bill, they're celebrating, the owners are celebrating their first year anniversary owning this great establishment. So that's quite an accomplishment. And there's one of our waitresses, Zach Brenner. He'll be on later on. I'm #1 in his book, so I appreciate that. Hey, Zach, could you come back up for 1 minute? We need you. No, seriously, what you're wearing. This is a monumental day for us. Sit down, my friend. This is our co-host from Tuesday night. Look at his head. I mean his hat. This is the first ever Pittsburgh Sportsline hat. And we'll be selling these. And we made our first sale with one of our guests. We'll talk about that, of one of the winter hats. Because for some reason the temperature was spring-like yesterday. We're back into the winter mode right now.
So one size fit all?
Well, in his case, there's no way you're getting into that hat. Zach, come on back later. And unless you show some of that green, you can't have that hat. So, and that's cash. All right. Back to the little promo here. Dukes' 1-year anniversary will be for a whole week. They're going to have specials and everything else from March 6th to the 13th. And we'll be here for one of those days. We can't wait to see what specials will be there. Maybe that whole rack of ribs will be available for you.
Sounds good.
And so check them out March 6th. Now we're at Atria's next week. Aaron, I know you can get this close up here. We'll be there next week. We do a Monday night show, first and third week at Atria's, second and fourth week at Duke's Rib House and Grill. And this is at PNC Park. Come on out there next week. It's President's Day. I know some of you will be off, so come on out. They also have a sandwich that they named after me. I didn't ask them to. You know I talk a lot, but they call it the Talking Machine Big Mouth Burger. So you got to check that out. It has all kind of things on there, and they know I'm a health nut, even though one of our guests, a friend of ours, said that I thought you're a health nut or a health freak, she said. I said there's guacamole on there. There's marinara. I said there's jalapenos. I said there's lettuce and tomato. Nice meeting you. And then they have a burger there, so it's grass-fed beef only, from what I heard when I talked about it. And then there's provolone and pepper jack cheese, just to finish it off.
Real good.
So I've gotten compliments on it. Even the chef said maybe you should help design a couple other things to eat. I said we'd have more avocado and guacamole and other things, and coconut oil and stuff like that. And of course, my green tea would be a regular thing. I'm glad you got your ginger ale. You know ginger's helpful for you. It's actually good for you. That's my little health announcement. Then we're proud of a sponsor that we have, Olive Oil's Pizzeria in Bethel Park at Hillcrest, 412-831-1900. They supply a pizza for our volunteers, an extra large pizza. I went in there and started talking. They said, would you please leave, and we'll definitely give you guys a pizza. So now on the sports front, it is Black History Month. 3 years ago, I gave Smokin' Jim this book because he tells me he always supports Black History Month. And I'm sort of contrary. I say that should be every month. And these are some great athletes that played the game who weren't allowed because of how society was then. And I had to teach my brother from another mother a few of these great athletes. Now for sports, I'm looking at the Penguins. Now they've had so many injuries. Every year it's traditional. They lead the league. I've said this before, but I watched the last couple games. Well, 3 games to be precise. Fleury, who everybody's talking poorly about, just set a record. He tied Barasso's record, then he broke it for shutouts. Now, he does have some defense there, but for some reason they do these 2-on-nones, 3-on-none, and he has to stop them from scoring, Smokin' Jim. I know you're a big hockey fan ever since Wayne Gretzky did his thing, even though Yager's your favorite hockey player. But then what bothers me is because of all the Penguins and the injuries and the new guys that come up, then they get shut out 5-0, and all of a sudden they're getting like the schizophrenic Steeler fans, and these guys are younger for the hockey fans. When they lose, they're never going to make the playoffs. You got to get rid of Sid Crosby. You got to get rid of Malkin. I don't understand that. For some reason, they kept a core group of players. How about hanging in there? It's 2 different seasons. The first season's 82 games, and then the playoffs. Let's try to make it to the second round. That's what's on my mind. Let's go Pens. And the first guest that we're going to bring up, she can help make you a healthier person. I met her over a year ago through a friend of mine, Linda Handley. And for some unknown reason, I tell you, Smoking Jim, I try to book guests. You try to book guests. It doesn't work out. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, Heather Ferry is here. Welcome to our show.
Oh, thank you for having me. Hi.
Why don't you introduce yourself to your fans and your growing fan base? And when I stop talking, you should take a photo. So look at Bill.
Okay. Hi, I'm Heather Ferry, and I own a business where I train with Kundalini Yoga. I'm also,
Say that slow.
It sounds like an Italian dish. Kundalini Yoga. And basically, you might not know what that means, but there's like a lot of breath work, which would be good for athletes because of the oxygen and repairing muscle and injury.
He's all ears. Can he
Yeah.
take notes for it?
You could take notes. I could teach you right now. And then I also...
No, would you, to interrupt you?
No, do you want to learn a
I'm
breathing
serious.
exercise?
He needs to learn to breathe. Please. He's my good friend. He might lose a pound tonight if you teach him the proper breathing, right?
Right.
Okay. See, I know a little bit about health.
Well, what's surprising is actually a lot of people reverse breathing. They don't breathe well enough for
needs
normal
a
health.
deep-
So when you inhale, what happens? Does the belly go out or in?
I forget now.
I'm tricking.
But you got to go from your diaphragm. Breathe
So
deep.
when you inhale, your belly actually goes out. And when you exhale, your belly goes in. So try that. Breathe through your nose. Inhale, belly out. Exhale, belly in. That's how you take a deep, long breath.
Should you hold it for 7 seconds?
You could.
I try that. Okay.
So that's the first thing I do. And believe it or not, I actually have doctor clients that don't know how to breathe right well.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little
You know?
story. I'm working in a production department at the Pittsburgh Press, Post-Gazette. It's like 20 years ago. A friend of mine always got bronchitis. Then they took him in and examined him, and they told him, you have to learn how to breathe. So we never stopped teasing him the whole time I was down there.
Yeah, so like
And
3...
he was only in his 40s at the time.
That's true. So like there's 3 yoga breathing exercises that you can do 10 minutes a day, and it would help with asthma, allergies, bronchitis, the flu. So you got it. So yoga's the one thing I do. I also work with a medical device from Japan that deals with water and pH, which would also benefit our athletes as well as far as injury prevention, because if you have a lot of chemicals and acid building in your body, you tear and wear. So, it's not just about the supplements and vitamins. It's also about, your body is 70% water, so the quality of your water actually matters.
We had a good discussion on it, and you found out I'm more advanced than you thought on
I
that
was
stuff.
surprised. Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I work with all kinds of health issues in Pittsburgh. I work with people who have strokes, concussions, depression, anxiety.
How about that need to lose 30 pounds? Have you worked with anybody like that?
Yes, but he would learn the magic breath. It's called fire breath.
Is that okay to do on
You could
air?
do it if you wanted to, yeah.
He doesn't have to move around or anything.
He
I
has to
hope.
move his belly, though.
We're not going to see that. That might not be. This is a family show. We're not going to go there.
Okay, maybe afterwards, when the show's over.
Maybe you could give it. We'll just do it since you're so cute. You're on air and you teach this. Go ahead.
Well, what happens is when you inhale, like I said, your belly expands. So fire breath is an even breath. So listen to it.
I said we couldn't put this on air.
I know, and you pump, and you pump, and you burn fat.
I was right then. You didn't listen, Smoking Jim. Are you taking notes?
So you can sit in a chair. You don't have to do all those crunches now. You don't have to do all
So
that.
we could have everybody here
We could
get healthier.
Well, this is the thing too. Is the reason why I started studying yoga is because after a few classes, all the oxygen, you get high. You feel good.
Say that again.
He's never had a drink or done anything like that.
It's a natural high. We're all
That's
given
better.
that. Yeah.
He's never experienced that. He needs
Well, you
some
need
help.
to come to a yoga class.
I can't wait. I'm looking.
I have a
always
question.
That's something I always wanted to do.
Wait. Here's his first question. Do any women go to those classes?
Yes.
Woo!
We had to get that in. Sorry, we have a lot of inside jokes, and that's one of them because he was a great athlete, and
I believe it.
now he needs to get back in shape.
Well, if you ever want to study, I'm in Crafton. So
Hold it, wait. We'll get some of your contact information at the
Sorry,
end,
okay,
but
what
wait,
else?
wait.
What else?
Here's what we need to know.
What?
Concussions. How are you going to help the people that get concussions?
That's a good question. Well, the first
Thank you.
the first thing that I would do is I would test their pH. So
Okay.
test their urine and
What
see.
should it be?
It should be 7.2.
Okay.
If they have a concussion, it's probably about 5.5. So they would have to build their alkaline diet, and that's kind of hard to do these days with food and chemicals. So I would probably give them the Kangen water and boost that system up because your brain is 80% water. And
Well,
then
you know,
some
I
meditation.
I do different things. I'm a little bit of a
I
cheapskate,
know.
so I hate to rain on your parade,
I
but
know.
you know, baking soda. At Aldi's, I bought it 49 cents the other day.
But if you test it, I don't know if you would get the same results.
I
I'm
did.
Sorry.
I did test it, and my pH was 7.5 after drinking that.
Okay, you actually don't want it to be higher than 7.2.
I want to kill disease. I want to kill disease because when it's so low, you get full of disease.
You're right. So if it's below 7.2, you have problems. But if it's actually higher, you could have some stuff too.
What problem will I have then? Except all the disease is dead.
It is dead. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I find with when you're working with serious issues like stroke or concussion, it is very hard to pull their pH up.
Okay.
Just so you know, they have to drink a lot of a lot of Kangen water, and we're talking like 2 to 3 months.
Right.
Before they're actually, so you're healthy, and that's wonderful. And if you're really healthy and genetically healthy, that's
No,
great.
genetically, it's a nightmare. I've overcome that.
Good for you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard work.
Yeah, it is hard work. Yeah,
Definitely.
I actually have a genetic blood cell disorder. That's actually why I drink the Kangen water.
See, we'll talk about that after the show, but
Yeah.
you're saying that you could help people that have been concussed
Yes.
because you'd find out their pH is low.
Yes. And also people who wear and tear a lot. So even in the sports industry, you're seeing them do a lot more breath work, meditation, stretching, you know.
How about this? Can they do a little yoga move like this?
That's lovely. That's lovely. See, I mean, you don't even need me here. You're just like, right?
Well, I did start a health show. If you need to know, watch BPTV. I started Healthier, Happier You with Bethany Monacolvo. We did our first show. Maybe you could be a future guest on the show.
I would be honored.
We're only doing one a month, so that would be
Okay.
interesting. And I don't mean to rain on your parade, but there's many ways to get healthy.
Definitely.
And most of the people you're talking about were never aware of what you're actually speaking about, right?
Definitely. And also, once you hit rock bottom, it's hard. You know, you have to find the solutions fast to get better. So, you know what I mean? It's a different ball game.
Now, you threw me off my game, so I usually ask 3 questions. I
Oh,
told you
no.
that. Now, the first one, you passed the test. What's your name? The second one is, do you have a favorite sport?
Do I have a favorite sport? Basketball.
These are your answers. I
Yeah.
tell everybody. Now, do you have a favorite team?
I don't.
No?
No.
So what basketball will you watch?
I like to watch a lot of high school. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
like
I
to
have
watch a lot of
friends
high
that do
school.
that, and my dad was a basketball referee, as I keep saying, so I do watch basketball.
The energy of high school playing to me is just, I don't know. It's right
Nice.
before the pros. Yeah, yeah.
It's more pure.
It is. Yeah.
Well, we agree on that. Now, give him your contact information. You've been
Okay.
like a commercial the whole time.
Thanks.
How do they get a hold
How
of
do
you?
they find me? Okay, you can go on to my website. So you can log on to www.heatherferry, that's Ferri, I am Italian.com. And
Mario's Italian back there.
yes, yes.
And Billy Nardozzi's out here.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Hi. Yeah, and that has my contact information, my email. You can also find me on Facebook, like We Connected.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that you? You're so much taller.
I'm so excited because I think I'm short.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4.5".
That's taller than my sisters. They're all 5 foot. So that's pretty good. Now, how else do they get a hold of you? Website only, or you give out a phone number?
I
or
can give them my business phone number, 412-339-6468.
Just repeat that again, because
412-339-6468.
That's good. And when do you do your Kundalini yoga? Kundalini.
I have classes throughout the week in different locations, so it would be best to either call. But I'm in Crafton, I'm in McMurray, I work at a clinic, I work with a naturopathic doctor, I have a private practice. There's a lot of options.
Okay.
Private sessions, classes, workshops. You got
And would you give them a Pittsburgh Sports Line discount?
Yes.
There we
Actually,
go.
yes, I will.
It's a
Yes.
pleasure to have
Thank
you here. There you got help, Smoking Jim. This is Skeets. We've had him on before. I'll stop talking so he gets a good photo. And he just Facebook messaged me the other day. How's it going? I said, come on to the show.
Yeah.
So he goes, do you mind if I bring a boxer? Well, the pro boxer couldn't make it, so we won't mention his name. He has to work.
Right.
But who did you bring here
We
tonight?
brought out Alexa Muslin from South Park Boxing. She's still in high school.
Say what high school, because I like hearing this.
Oh, you'll like this one. Keystone Oaks. How about that, huh? Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. We even have some friends of mine from KO that showed up tonight.
Yeah, good. All right. Yeah, I know the girl. She's a tough girl. She listens good and trains hard. And
Can she answer questions?
yeah, you want to bring
Well,
her
then
up
let's
and
bring
talk?
her up. With no
Here
further
she
ado,
is.
you'll get your time.
Hi.
Hi, Alexa. You know my first question.
Yeah,
What's your name?
I'm Alexa.
Do you have a last name? Hold it. Look at the camera. See how people get... Can you get a photo when she's looking and I'm not talking? You just did it. It's a miracle.
Oh, I'm Alexa Muslin.
Okay. And you do go to Keystone Oaks?
Yeah, I go to Keystone Oaks.
That's awesome. What grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
10th grade, and you're a boxer.
Yep.
Well, we better go to your favorite sport right now. Let me guess.
Boxing.
Well, that's all right. These are your answers.
Yep.
Now, what's your favorite team? I mean, what gym do you box out of?
I box out of South Park.
I guess that would be your favorite team?
Yep. South
Today?
Park. Team South Park.
Just today?
Just today.
Okay. No, that's good. What got you into boxing?
Well, I played other sports and I just didn't like them. And I
Well,
wanted to
name a
try-
couple of them.
Oh, okay. Well, I played.
Because I can't guess.
I played volleyball, basketball. I did track, and I just didn't want to
You
play
can't see
anymore.
just running for no reason.
Yeah, I gotta run for something.
Okay. So you got to run for boxing.
Yeah,
Do you?
yeah, a lot.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
So how did you find the gym?
Well,
Give me the short story.
I don't know. We just looked up gyms to go to. We found
No,
South
people
Park.
need to know. Here's why I'm telling you. You're in 10th grade
Yeah.
and you're going to school.
Yeah.
Not everybody does this. So I'm proud of you. That's a great thing to do that. So you just looked it up and found the gym. South Park Boxing Club or
Well, we knew my neighbor, she boxed and she heard
What's
of it.
her name?
Her name's Heather Dennis, and she used to box and she didn't go there, but she went to another gym and she told us about South Park.
well, there you go, because we got a lot of friends at South Park.
Yeah.
Definitely, and they have pretty good trainers and boxers there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So now, how long have you been boxing?
About a year.
So now I heard you're ready for Golden Gloves.
Yep.
When's your first fight gonna be?
For Golden Gloves?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, at least you're honest. This is why we're asking.
Yeah.
Now, have you fought any official fights before as an amateur?
Yeah, 3.
And what have you done?
3-0. I have 2 TKOs.
That's why we're trying to find this stuff out. Man, you got the greatest answers.
I do.
They're all true. So you got 2 TKOs.
Yep.
Wow. Did you knock him down to the ground, the girls?
No, they just
Got dazed and confused.
got dazed and confused.
Well, I want to thank you for coming out.
Yeah, thank you for
You're
having
so
me.
young. I'll have to talk to your dad about how we can get the Facebook messages to you. We'll go through your dad, Rudy,
Yeah.
and we'll post up when you come on the show. So since we run a family show, Smoking Jim, we're not going to ask how to get a hold Alexa here. All right?
Okay.
Just so you know. We do say that. You got to be at least 18 years old. But we're happy you're on our show, Alexa.
Thank you.
Go
Thank you.
KO.
This is a guy that won a world professional boxing championship at Heinz Field. He's the most built boxer since Evander Holyfield, most conditioned athlete since Greg Lloyd. He's an award-winning author and promoter. Please put your hands together for a guy that put Pittsburgh boxing back on the map, Rayco War Saunders.
All right, welcome to the show. It's been a while since we had you on. I don't know if you want to announce who you are again. You could do that for your fans. And I just heard that you're in the Screen Actors Guild now, so
Yeah, man, you know, trying
tell
to
them
make
who
some
you are
moves,
so
man.
they can see that, because they may not believe him. And look at the cameraman, actor.
I am Rayco Saunders, Rayco War Saunders.
And I read his book.
Me too.
He did not. You know I read it before he'll ever read it. He did look at the front and the back. We discussed that. It was a great book because it was a true story.
Absolutely.
And it's, like I said, it's always a pleasure to have you out here from where you come from,
Yes.
and how people's preconceived notions are,
Yes.
and with all the troubles we do have in the world. And it's always an honor to talk about different things that are a little controversial, that people may not agree with.
Absolutely.
And you're definitely controversial. I've been
I would think
controversial,
so.
and well, I'm being underplaying that, as you know. I was controversial in another life, you know, in different jobs and things. So I do understand that, especially when people hate you. So you overcome that.
Well, I don't think people hate me.
Well, maybe
I think,
not now.
I think no. I don't think people never hated me. I think it was more intimidated. You know, and when people are intimidated by you, they act out in certain ways.
I do
But
understand that. Look as nice as I am. People are on these interviews, they're intimidated by that. Who does a better interview that's more respectful than me? I just ask that to anybody. If you can't answer my 3 questions, then I got to put you on the spot now.
Okay.
We got your name. Number 1 is done.
Absolutely.
And since it's my show,
What's the next one?
what's your favorite sport?
Boxing.
Now, it still is?
Yes. I love the combat aspect of it.
Well, hence the war.
Yes. Absolutely.
Now, do you have a favorite team in any sport? It doesn't have to be boxing, because when you're living and breathing boxing, I understand that. But you do watch other sports.
Yes. As far as teams go, no. I don't have a favorite football team or a favorite basketball team. I actually like over football and basketball, and this will probably be a shock to some people, but I actually like figure skating. The girls.
shocked.
Yes.
Let me tell you, I'm officially shocked. I'm rarely shocked, but I'm not at a loss for words, as you know.
Yeah.
Now, what draws you, well, except for the women, because I understand that. I'm thinking I'm between these 2 gentlemen right here. What draws you to it? Their athleticism?
Well, figure skating is very, very graceful. I'm a big guy on. I love class, you know, and I have a thing for classy women, graceful women, you know, and I
In
love
great
I love,
shape.
Yes, well, you know that. Yes,
They got to take care of themselves.
Absolutely,
And
I-
they're
you know,
great
I-
athletes.
Yeah. And you know, I came to love figure skating long time, you know, ago, where everybody didn't have cable TV. Cable TV wasn't so popular as it is now. So on Sundays, it wasn't pretty much that you got
Wide world of sports and everything.
figure skating and tennis. I have a love for tennis too. Yes.
See, folks, we're learning a new dimension
Absolutely,
of
absolutely.
war here.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, we covered that. We got a few more guests to come up that I want to know, what are you doing right now? What's the main thing that you're doing? Like give me one thing, then we'll go to another thing, because you
Well-
got more than one thing happening at all times. So I don't have an hour show for you, brother, but we'll have to see it
Well,
Kumatai again.
the main thing that I'm doing right now, is you touched on it a little earlier, is that I'm doing this movie thing. I am a part of SAG, which is the Screen Actors Guild.
Right.
And right now, currently, I am trying to get into other movies, which I have a real nice role in a movie that just got done filming.
We're going to talk about Southpaw. That's why I'm trying to walk you around the block. Thanks for letting me take you there. There's going to be 12 movies in Pittsburgh this year, so I know you're going to have some other chances.
Absolutely.
We had
matter of fact, I just got an audition.
How do I know this stuff, huh?
I just received a thing for audition that's coming up for something else.
Good. Well, we had a guest on here that a lot of people in the boxing community know, Chris Riskus. Now, he was telling some stories here a couple weeks ago. And with your smile, you could tell somehow it come out about you.
Yeah.
Now, I just heard, we're just going to touch on it lightly, but you were asked to box.
Yes.
And now, he doesn't do anything half-fast. I mean, he does it totally fast.
Yeah.
So he's not going to go half-fast in boxing or anything else, and you understand.
Right.
So tell us what happened when Jake Gyllenhaal wanted you to fight him. Just tell a little bit, because we know he's crazy.
Well,
we know he's crazy.
Well, due to the contracts of, non-disclosure, I only can tell you half.
I know.
You know what I mean? So,
I know.
but no, man, it was good, man. It was good. I enjoyed myself. I learned a lot from this guy, Jake.
Well, he's a true professional.
Yeah. It was a time where we were in the 10th, 11th round, and we were in the 10th, 11th round.
So it was like an actual fight.
Yes, and I'm sitting on my stool. So Jake looks across the ring at me, and he starts doing the breathing motion.
You mean like the Kundalini breathing there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm sitting on the stool. I'm used to fighting 10, 11 rounds.
Right.
But, we're fighting.
It's a movie.
20 seconds, and it's
right.
Exaggerated rounds. So I'm sitting on a stool like this here.
And he's getting worked up.
So, I looked across and he looked at me and he let me know it's the 10th round. I should be, we in a war.
Right.
So,
Okay, right,
I'm supposed to be over there.
Right.
So I'm like, I start doing it.
The breathing. I'm glad Heather was on the show tonight.
Yeah, man. So that was good, man. I learned a lot from the guy.
Well, I have a couple questions. I know non-disclosure comes in there. But did you try to punch him hard and hit him hard?
No.
Okay.
Did he?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Did he try to hit you and try to hurt you? In your mind?
Well,
trying is different than doing it, and you understand.
Well, I'm gonna have to say no to that. I'm not gonna say yes to that because I'm not in his mind, so I don't know.
Well, you're always honest with me. That's why I wanted to bring it up. See, this is good TV.
Yeah.
But he did come at you like he was boxing.
Yes.
Okay, and you went back at him. So
Yes.
it'll look like a real fight to us, is what I'm trying to do.
What I'm hoping for, they have one of those categories and they can pick because
You're looking for an Oscar.
Rocky movie just got finished shooting, so we'll probably go up against that, and I'm sure they're going to probably have a, best fight scene, etc. But
I like your style already.
Yeah. I think with Antoine Fuqua as the director, I think that we got it in the bag.
Whoa.
Man, that's good stuff.
Well, I wanted to bring that out because I had a feeling when I heard he was a director. So that's why I was taking you around a little bit to get that in there.
Yeah, I think we got it in the bag.
Now, besides your acting, what else are you doing? Because then we're going to have to wrap this up here.
Well, of course, I still got the book, Bless the Curse, my first 35 years. It is now, I just did a deal with Google.
Okay.
So it's now on the Google Play Store. It's accessible through, phones and tablets and
Right.
PCs and things like that there. I'm actually right now putting together a voice version.
Get on.
Yes, audible version.
Who's going to do the voice?
It's already done. Me and the guy.
How did I guess?
And me and the guy, John Amadeo, who is co-author of my book.
Right.
He narrates. He flew in flew in actually a couple months ago.
That's
and,
great.
And yeah, we did the whole book. So it's
Check
already,
out
it's
his
already
book.
recorded.
I recommend it highly. If you want to read a book that is one of the most honest books that you ever read,
Absolutely.
that's why I recommend it. I did read it in a couple days, Smoking Jim. I couldn't put it down. And now, how do they get a hold of you? I know I can get a hold of you anywhere. How would you suggest our fans get a hold of you right now?
I'm available as everybody on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, RayCoSaunders.com.
Wow.
That's official. Yeah.
There you go. We got it.
Yes,
Hey,
everything.
thank you for coming out.
Absolutely.
You take care. Always a pleasure.
My name is Amir Dudley.
Okay, he was telling the truth. I got to check
gotta
on
watch him.
Smoking Jim.
You have to watch him.
You know that, definitely. Now, I probably know the answer, but what's your favorite sport?
Well, I'm an athlete, so I like all sports, actually.
Wow.
If
How
I
about
was-
you narrow it down to what's the favorite sport that you watch?
Well, in my free time, I definitely watch football.
That was my guess.
That's my guess. I mean,
Okay.
football is a thing where I appreciate the actual, like you said, the combatantness of the sport. You know,
Sure.
I like the translation in life. I like, team
Hold it,
goes
you're
down.
a philosopher about this.
I'm a call me something. I don't I don't know what it is.
Well,
But,
you're digging awfully deep for
oh.
our normal guest.
Oh, I just
I
like-
appreciate that.
I
Keep
just
going.
look at how the struggles that a person will go through in life and teams, and just how to stick through it. How, get up, you go down, you pick yourself back up. I actually
Did you ever spray stickum on your gloves?
Oh, that doesn't count. He's on a roll.
Why you
Don't
bringing up
interrupt
old-
the
why-
philosopher.
Why you bringing up old stuff?
He's living in the past. He did everything like that. They deflated footballs at Gateway and everything else.
Deflate gateways.
That's why they're in shape like they are now. All right? We'll let that go. He was on a roll. I enjoyed what you're saying
But
there.
I really just like how it translates into life. Me being a coach now, and made that transition from actual athlete to coach, and just seeing how you can pull life events and you can live your life through a game.
Now, who do you coach?
Right now I'm doing youth league. I'm coaching
This
my
is
son.
what I wanted to get
I'm coaching
into.
my son right now.
So you're dealing, how old's your son?
He's 11. He's 11.
That's a nice age. Keep
It's
him
an
out of
interesting
trouble,
age.
keep him focused,
Correct.
and show him how to work at a team.
Correct.
Now, some people standing across from you are independent guys. They don't work on a team.
It's the hardest thing to do.
They don't want to depend on anybody else. They can depend on themselves.
respect that. I definitely respect that.
And I didn't want to bring that up while he was here, but since he's staring here again and he's in shape, he's a vegetarian. Now look at the shape he's
That's
in.
the battle right there. That's the hardest.
He won that battle. He
Yeah.
won that battle. He's gone on. Now about you, you're teaching these kids. What kind of problems do they bring that you have to solve so they can play on a team?
Unfortunately, too many.
Well, what do you do to bring them together?
I say nowadays,
Yeah.
coaching.
We're not living in the past with Smoking Jim.
Coaching,
we don't know how old he is.
Yeah, back in the day, we just
Back
used
in
to
the
kick
day.
them in the butt.
Hey, before the face mask got put on.
No, he had that one bar. He had the one bar.
I look at it as.
No, he just came after that.
I think, unfortunately, you're dealing with a lot of social problems now.
Single parents, no parents.
And coaches now become almost more of a stable figure, because it's
A
hard.
father figure.
It's hard. Parents are working 2 jobs, or
Or
dad's
not
out of
there.
town or not there at all, and we're the one consistent. We're there. If you're playing, Monday through Friday on Saturdays, those 2 or 3 hours, we're there.
Now, I got to interrupt you. A good friend of mine and brother from another mother believes in homeschooling. I'm totally against it because he thinks you should just train in your sport, don't learn anything else in life except do that sport so you're the best. Now, he went to school and he's a product of the school. We won't talk about the degrees he has.
Okay.
But what do you think?
Homeschooling.
I like putting people on the spot.
I
I'm against homeschooling.
I think it depends on where your education, as far as where you're at, where it's at. If you have a thing where your education, as far as a school, is not up to par, and you feel like you can do a better job as a parent, then I'm all for it.
Well, I'm talking in general.
In general, though, I don't like it because I don't think it gives you the social skills you need. in order.
Look
to,
at him.
You know, yeah, but I mean, there's always an exception.
No, he wasn't homeschooled.
He
That's my
wasn't.
point.
But I really
That's
believe.
my sorry about
That's
that.
okay. I just think that you have to take the bitter with the sweet. Everything you go through makes you who you are.
And where do you coach at?
I'm in Rochester. I coach in Beaver Falls, and we actually have our skills camp as well.
Do you live out that way?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, thank you for coming
Thank
in
you.
on that trip.
I appreciate it.
How long did it take? About 45?
About 45 minutes.
Okay, well, we appreciate you traveling to get here.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
Now, what kind of record do you have on your team? Because we like talking about wins, but we like to see what happens.
I've
So-
seen the gamut, man. 2 years ago, we were 0-8 in football. Then the following season, we went 22-0 in basketball. And then this year, we're 13-2. So we're kind of going around. We're seeing it all.
That's great.
We're using fifth graders to play sixth grade ball sometimes.
That's
it's
even
just-
better if they
You
can
guys still
compete.
do a lot of recruiting.
Why you keep bringing up old stuff?
He lives in Gateway's past. It's dead. It's gone. I'm just trying to provide some comic relief and
That's
throw you
okay.
off your game.
That's okay.
Don't let him do it.
That's
Stay
okay.
focused on how you're bringing these kids in.
No problem.
Fifth graders are playing against sixth graders
Yeah.
now, Smoking Jim. They're like you.
Yeah, we actually, what we're doing right now is we're trying to. It's kind of hard without getting emotional about it because I've been through it.
Well, then let's not go there. We'll keep it a little
it
lighter
light,
today.
keep it light,
Because
keep it
you'll be
light.
back again because we want to hear how you do in basketball season.
Okay.
Why don't we
Okay.
just go to how could they get a hold of you if they live out that way? Because this will be broadcast everywhere. If
Okay.
somebody moves there and Smoking Jim suggests, not recruits, that they go there, they can get a hold of you.
All right, you can reach us at 5 Star Skills Camp on Facebook. You can reach us on our phone line. Our business line is 724-888-1153.
You're almost a fast talker like me. Repeat
I'm
that
sorry.
again.
It's our business line is 724-888-1153. And you can reach us on Facebook at 5 Star Skills Camp.
Thank you very much, Amir.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thanks
Thank
for putting
you.
up with him. I know
Thank
you're
you.
friends.
Brother from another mother. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Now, we know you're all about boxing, but do you watch anything else?
I do.
Tell me one sport that you might watch.
I watch bull riding on the side. I like watching PBR.
Do you really?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm into that pretty big. I watch that. And now that I got the internet, I can follow it like every day.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Skeets, that's something I never knew about you.
Yeah, one of the best bulls ever just retired last year. His name was Bushwhacker. He was only rode 2 times in like 84 attempts. Yeah, and it's pretty good stuff, yeah.
Well, I used to own horses, so I know there's stud fees. This is a
Yeah.
family show, but this is what happens. They put these bulls and horses out to stud
Yeah.
to
that's what
breed
they
some
do.
good sons and everything
Yeah,
and daughters.
For
So,
the future bulls coming up through, yes.
you know what the stud fee is for this bull?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's up there.
I hate to stump a guest, but Smoking Jim, you know I always try. Gotcha.
Yeah,
now, will you
yeah.
talk boxing? Forget all
Yeah,
this bull
let's talk
riding.
boxing,
Come on.
yes.
You got a book. Did you bring a book
I
here?
didn't bring a book. I brought a couple papers to talk about some of the local kids.
All right, let's promote them right now.
All right, we're going to start with Route 51 boxing, the amateur kids. Last month I was in here and I talked about a boy named Hunter Matthews.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Good young man there.
Yeah, he's a 17-year-old boy, super heavyweight. He went out to Reno, Nevada, and fought for the youth national championships, and he ended up a runner-up. He fought a boy from South Carolina who ended up stopping him in the second round. But Hunter's a tough kid.
He'll come back strong.
Yeah, and we're going to enter him in the Golden Gloves this year in the open division. So we're going to see how he does. He's 17 years old.
That's
He's
great.
yeah. So,
Isn't that a waiver? You got to be 18?
well, 17 is actually
Okay.
the rule, but yeah.
Thanks for
that's-
correcting me. I'm
yeah,
still
no,
learning
it's
these rules
17,
change
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
We have
they
to
do
watch.
every year.
Luckily, we got a guy here. I wish I would have known. We could have
Yeah.
interviewed him. Ron,
Oh,
if he doesn't know the rules,
He knows
nobody
no rule, yeah,
does.
for sure.
And he's made up a couple when I've seen him at the boxing.
Make them up as you go, right, Ron?
Oh, we won't talk about him. Let's go on your list here. We
Hey,
got to
then we-
promote some of these young
All right,
boxers
then we
here.
had 2 boys fighting in the Silver Gloves this year. They went to the regional tournament in Cincinnati. That was Silvio Saccone and Ricky Keck. They ended up runners-up, and they fought good, tough fights, and they just come up on the wrong end of the decision.
And that happens.
Yeah, that happens, and we'll be back at it next year and fight them again.
Doesn't it build character?
It sure does.
It better.
Sometimes you learn more from a loss than you do from the win.
Amen there. I agree with you.
Definitely.
Who else do you got?
Okay, then we got the girl.
Don't forget Tika.
Tika T.T. Hemingway. This girl is tough. She fought out in Spokane, Washington about 2 weeks ago. She fought Clarissa Shields. Yeah, the 2012 gold medal winner for the United States Olympic team. And Tika lost a split decision out there.
Yeah.
Close fight.
Well, I told you before, I just talked to her coach, Ted Merconja.
Teddy McConja and, Meatball.
Boxing 51 Club.
John Brunick, yeah, Route 51, yeah.
And guess what? I got to make an announcement. She's going to have a day or two off. We're going to be honored that she's going to come to Atria's next Monday. So don't miss that show.
Smoking, Jim. We'll be there for that one. Right on.
We may get Skeets not on air. He'll be out there.
Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
He can sit in the background, unlike bringing another great woman boxer.
Hey, this girl's something. She's special, and she has a shot to go. She's trying for the Olympics for the 2016 team. Now she's going to have to. Actually, in 2 weeks, she's going to Bulgaria to fight.
Right.
In an international tournament. Then in June, she's going to go for the Olympic trials again, and that'll be in Colorado Springs.
We're going to keep tabs on her.
Yeah, definitely. I'll keep you in touch on how she's doing. And like I say, she just might make the Olympic team.
And check out next week's show.
Yes, definitely.
She should be there. If she doesn't,
is that right? I didn't know that.
Well, that's why I'm just announcing it.
All right, man. Good announcement.
We have these world-breaking, record news-setting things. And could somebody throw that hat? Reiko, can you toss that hat to me? He was going to toss it to me. I know he's not. He can throw things around. Now, this is our prototype, but we're going to start taking orders. And Skeets, you got to model this, man.
All right, let me put this on. I just bought this one.
Hold it.
First one.
We got a witness. $10 for these hats. Thanks to Brenner Contracting, Waterfront Embroidery, and Zach Brenner. Hold it. Get a photo. Stay there. Look. I didn't hit you. So.
That's all right, yeah. Then I wanted to talk about some more kids going to fight in the gloves from the South Park Boxing Club.
Okay.
Then again, we got Alexa.
Mention that again.
Yeah.
What weight is she fighting? Because I hate to ask women their weight.
She's 120
120?
Pounds. Yeah. And probably this year it's going to set a record for the Golden Gloves for the most women wanting to fight.
Well, to interrupt you again, we had Jose Carabala here.
Okay.
He only had 4 women boxers that are going to fight.
Wow, okay. Well,
just 4.
Just 4.
You never see a team have 4.
Yeah, that's right. Well, women boxing's really picking up in the area, and it's a great thing. It's good.
Definitely. Not only do you stay in shape, you can protect yourself.
Yes, yes.
I'm all for that.
Once you know how to fight, you always know how to fight. It's a good thing.
And I know you know how to fight. You look great in that hat. You know that.
Man, it feels good.
You might be able to come. You look great. We got to get him in another photo. Who else do we forget about? Get these South Park guys and girls.
Okay.
You got the girl. Now about the guys.
Then we got Jack Conway. He's the trainer over there. Captain Jack Conway and Muscles Bob Healy.
Muscles is our man.
Yeah, Muscles. Yeah. And then we're going to have Matt Conway. Yeah, he's had over 100 amateur fights in his career, and they're going to turn him pro probably about April.
Really?
Yeah, that's the game plan. He wants to
so
start
he's only going to have one more as an Ami here.
Yeah, he's going to fight on that Donnybrook in March.
That's
and then
great.
He's going to turn pro. And then his brother, the Tonka Truck, Sean Conway, just fought Saturday down in Weirton, West Virginia at the Serbian American Cultural Center. And he won a decision. And boy, did he look good, Sean Conway. He's been around a while, and the kid he fought was from Maine. And Conway was just slipping and moving and hitting and countering, and he beat the kid up pretty good, and he won a 4-round decision.
Nice. We're running out of time, so
Conway,
who else do you got?
Conway's 2-1 now as a pro.
That's good. Now, you got a lot of notes, so I'm interrupting so then you can read a little more, all right?
Hey.
I'm trying to help you out here. You're my man. And you look great in that hat. Pittsburgh Sports Line. Come on, man.
I love his
You got the perfect head for the Pittsburgh Sports Line. Look at that. It's cold out there tonight, too.
It is, yeah. Then I want to say on February 20th at the Consol Energy Center, Sammy Vasquez, who can Mexican
And
he'll be
American. He combines both.
and American, yes. And he's going to be fighting, headline the card down at the Consol Energy Center. And the Pittsburgh kid, Paul Spadafora, he's supposed to be on that card.
Hold it.
too.
We didn't hear any confirmation yet. They're still negotiating.
Well, that's the talk. And there's a lot
Hold
of
it.
talk
We don't go
about-
by rumors. We go by facts. I hope the Pittsburgh kid can tune up in this fight.
Man,
That'd be great.
I seen a picture of the Pittsburgh kid on a poster.
Don't believe
On a
it.
fight
I
poster.
put it out there, and people said, "They go, you
Oh,
got to
you
cut."
did that?
Yeah, I posted
Oh,
it up because
okay.
somebody else did.
Oh, okay.
They said that may not be official. They're calling me from Vegas, telling me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll take that back in. I wasn't
No,
sure.
you don't have to. I got to. You keep saying what you do. You're wearing that Pittsburgh
Yeah.
Sportsline winter
Yeah,
hat.
definitely.
What else? See how I keep interrupting you so you can bring up another
Oh,
point.
then we have Iron Man Bergman, Jason Bergman. He's supposed to fight in April again, and he's just coming off a bicep injury, and hopefully he's ready for his fight in April down in West Virginia.
You know what? He might want to contact Heather Ferry, our first guest,
Yes.
because
Oh,
if you're
Heather.
getting that wear and tear,
Yeah.
and a tear I
He
emphasize
definitely
here.
has some tear on his. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Maybe I will relay that message for sure, Heather. Thank you. Yeah.
Now,
And,
since I interrupt you every time, did you cover everybody you needed to
Yeah,
mention?
I covered just about everybody.
No, you need to cover everybody. Tell me you got
There's
them
too
all.
many.
Mission accomplished. He was boxing at one time, and he was concussed like a lot of us. Some recover better, others don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Not
guess
saying that you're in that
I
position.
might be in that recovery stage at times.
This is becoming a comedy show. I can't tell you anymore. The sheet's done.
It's
No
done.
more sheet
Thank
for
you,
skeets.
thank you, thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Excellent job.
Jim, thanks. Yeah.
We'll have you back again.
Hope to see you guys at the Golden Glove fights too this year.
Definitely. Coming up the
Yeah.
21st, the 28th, to
Yeah.
be announced where? We'll find out.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And he also is making a second appearance. And wait till I stop talking. Now. Thanks, Phil. Just get one more because he's wearing a hat that's really close and near and dear. Hold it. They need to see that. Hold up. And there's a beard there.
Come on, man. Watch out with that finger, bro. You almost took Skeet's eye off.
No, he's all right. You guys are boxers and everything else. I'm just promoting. I'm not a boxer. I don't want to get hit in the head like you guys do.
Well, for the record, Smoking Jim Frazier had every bit as much of an opportunity to partake in the filming of that boxing movie here in the city of Pittsburgh, and for some reason he was a no-call, no-show.
Hold it. He went to the hospital. He almost died.
Almost doesn't count, not even with horseshoes or hand grenades.
Hold it. Don't you have any compassion?
Lots.
He's one of our co-hosts.
I have compassion, I just don't have any apathy. Is that in the dictionary?
Hold it,
Folks,
wait.
Magnus?
Apathy's what we don't want you to have. We want you to have compassion, empathy, and sympathy and compassion you can have for him. If you have apathy,
That
then
means
I
I don't.
understand. If you have apathy, it means you don't give a damn about him.
It was.
That's why I'm a
It
moderator
was
here.
sarcastic and rhetorical at the same time.
Yeah, but I mastered in sarcasm, and I understood that. So I was trying to dig deep, and you show that you're reading the dictionary now, not the one that your mother gave you to give to me. Because if you look in here, wow,
I laugh every time
1900.
you pull this thing out, man. How many times you gonna pull this thing out?
Well, tonight I had to do it for a world record. You want to find apathy?
No.
Okay,
I know what it means.
I understand that.
Generally speaking, if you say a big word, you might know what it means.
No, that's not generally speaking.
Well, you're talking about Jim Frazier then.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's my friend.
Because I was waiting when he said he read Reiko's book. I was waiting for Reiko to say, "Well, what happened in the third chapter or whatever?" And ask him a question, and Jim would be like,
Hold it. I did one better than you. I said, what's on the first page? He goes,
introduction."
he goes, I looked at the front and the back. And we said, that's a bonus. So
Well, I know you never
Lester
read your homework
Curse.
for Black History Month. I know that book just caught mad dust on the shelf.
No, here. So he doesn't miss out tomorrow night. I brought the book I gave him 3 years ago, so he can go over it. Some great athletes there.
He's not going to. You got to give him the cliff notes, and you got to highlight.
All right, enough
Smoking Jim
about
only
Smoking
reads what's
Jim.
highlighted.
What's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind? Obviously, we got this Pittsburgh Sports Line merchandise that's coming out and debuting. I'd like to thank Skeets for being the first one to
He's
buy
still, look at, he's wearing it up higher because he's warm.
it. Well, right now we're developing an Iron Man type prototype for Al Levine because with the sheen, it's hard to get the hat to stay on, man. It's like it shoots off, man. It won't stay on.
It's getting cut tomorrow by Marianne and Azazu tomorrow, okay? That's where I'll be.
Take more off, Marianne. I know you're not going to see
I
this.
told her a
time,
little
but
bit
I'm going
here.
to call down tomorrow afternoon.
Well,
Get that Floby out, man, and dial it down a
there's
little
no
bit.
Floby, she
Take it
cuts.
down.
But they're nice hats. I'm glad you put the deal together, and we'll have them out soon. We'll be taking orders.
Yeah,
I
go
want to
to
try to get a few colors here for
Pittsburgh
people.
Sports Line on Facebook and place your orders.
Definitely. And always 24/7 Brenner Contracting.
Always, always.
Even if he doesn't answer, he will get back to you.
Oh yeah, and you can reach me. You don't have to just text me.
Smoking Jim.
There's a human there. You'll get a voice with a pulse.
Okay, anything on your mind in the sports world?
Well, we got a big announcement coming up from Team Salco, Raw Salco, about where we're going to be traveling on the globe to fight next.
I
can't-
heard rumors it's out of the USA.
Well, it's definitely out of the USA.
There we have confirmation of that rumor.
I was hoping for Europe. I couldn't be so lucky. I was hoping for Africa, Smoking Jim. I couldn't be so lucky. So that eliminates two right there. Wink, wink. So we're narrowing it
You
down.
know what?
So,
I'm thinking there's a big continent like Asia.
we're not going to Asia, so that'll narrow it down.
Whoa.
Tune in to tomorrow on Tuesday Night Show, Pittsburgh Sports.
This may not be up in time, but everybody here, you've heard it first from Zach Brenner.
And Paul Spatafor is not going to be fighting on February 20th. There's no contract signed.
Was that
So
official? 'Cause
I'm just
sometimes
trying
they
not
sign.
to advertise, give false advertising to my people that want to come out and support Paul, the Pittsburgh kid, Spatafor, and and he's not going to be fighting. So I
Well,
don't
can't
wanna
they be
disappoint him.
hopeful that maybe he'll show up?
I mean, you could always be hopeful, but you don't want to live on a prayer.
Well,
in
I
this
think we
industry.
should promote that Paul's going to be there. That way more tickets will be sold.
I don't want anybody that doesn't want to go see Sammy fight to, pay to see Paul and he's not there. So, if they want to go see Team Vasquez, buy a ticket and go see it, but not because
They
they
are.
think Paul's going, that's false advertising. But if you notice on the small print, it says bout subject to change without notice. So you can do things like that in this industry.
Yeah, but hold it. We only got less than 2 minutes. Every boxing match, MMA fight that I've been to, there's cancellations that day. Sometimes when they go and see the other fighter, I've seen a couple guys, I'm not fighting him. And I've
to
seen
happen
that.
right
So
all the
even if it
time.
is there, and that's the reality of it. So the false advertising, that happens just naturally in the sport. Because, hey, when you're going against somebody else, you might think you're the toughest dude or toughest lady in the world, but sometimes that four-letter word, F-E-A-R, gets you.
Hey, like I said, there's no contract signed, so we'll see what happens on February 20th.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear where Rod's going to fight and who he's going to fight.
It's big.
I just scratched off all the continents, and I know geography, but I'm not going to tip it off right now. Okay? And I want to thank everybody for showing up on a night like tonight. We had freezing rain. We had some snow, so it's a pleasure to be able to entertain you here.
Give a shout out to Mike. We got Big Mike Drakulich.
Hold it.
Back in the building.
I didn't see him behind your head. We got Big Mike coming out. First time in over a year. You got to check him out. He does a lot of great stuff out there. I think he's back.
Pittsburgh Sports Nation.
Pittsburgh Sports Nation is alive and well. I didn't want to start any rumors until I talked to him. So, but we didn't get a chance. We're out of time. Thanks again to everybody. Thanks to Bethel Park for letting us venture out with our cameras. We appreciate it. Remember, Verizon 32 everywhere in the Pittsburgh area, suburbs, Nemacolin to Cranberry and Wexford, everywhere in between. Then Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park. Thanks for all those likes. We appreciate it. We've only had our Facebook page up 2 years. For a small place like we are, to get 4,136, I'm proud of it. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Be safe.